Good afternoon, all present here, and thanks to the Bhopal Menopause Society for this wonderful conference. And lots have been discussed about the MHT and bone health, and yesterday also beautiful workshops were held. So I'll go through the salient features now. And this is the role of MHT in prevention of fractures, a much discussed and much controversial topic, which everyone knows and everyone has been through the researches and studies. So, Women's Health Initiative, the best data on hormone therapy. It was said that there was a significant reduction of 24 to 39% in osteoporotic fractures. And this has been the most prominent landmark randomized trial in 2002, which was reanalyzed later. And the only clinical outcome where benefit was seen from hormone therapy was decrease in risk of fractures. The data was reanalyzed later number of times, which mentioned that hormone therapy within 10 years of menopause was safe unless contraindicated. This gave the theory of window of opportunity that was postmenopausal women of less than 60 years or within 10 years of menopause. Hormone therapy initiation after 60 years of age for prevention of fractures is not recommended. With MHT, extraskeletal benefits may be there when estrogen treatment was started in late menopause in the form of reduced chances of congestive heart disease by 30 to 50% and reduced chances of cardiovascular accident by 15 to 20%. Over the period, different guidelines have been given by different societies and associations. A few of importance are here. In 2015, European Menopause and Andropause Society said that MHT was the most effective treatment for vasomotor symptoms in early menopause, and it can be continued for 5 years. Estrogen-based MHT was the treatment of choice to reduce risk of osteoporotic fractures. In 2016, global consensus statement said that MHT was effective in preventing bone loss and hip vertebral and other osteoporotic fractures in postmenopausal women, which was RCT proven. It can be initiated in postmenopausal women at risk of osteoporosis and fractures within 60 years of age or within 10 years of menopause. Individual evaluation was required if the age was more than 60 years. In 2020, American Association of Endocrinology and American College of Endocrinology said that MHT was for women of significant risk of osteoporosis when other treatment is inappropriate, and the lowest dose for shortest time should be used. 2021, North American Menopause Society said that the primary indication for MHT is vasomotor symptoms in postmenopausal women, and bone protection is secondary benefit. In initiating MHT over 60 years or for more than 10 years is not recommended. In 2023, American College of Physicians considered MHT for younger postmenopausal women, that was of course less than 60 years of age or within 10 years of menopause, especially if they have troublesome postmenopausal symptoms. Recent studies indicate that MHT provides a significant effect in reducing the fracture rate and reducing osteoporosis. This is evident that the MHT creates bone remodeling, it creates increased bone mass, and this effect is irrespective of the initial BMD of the women or their taking of progesterone. But the limiting evidences are there to suggest that these skeletal benefits stay after the treatment is discontinued. Now, women undergoing premature menopause, surgical menopause, or early postmenopause, all these three create high risk situation. MHT can be considered as a means to protect bone health, especially if initiated before menopause or if accelerated bone loss is documented soon after menopause. The decision should be taken after evaluating individuals' risks and benefits. The benefit risk profile differs according to the use of opposed versus unopposed estrogen, type of estrogen and or progesterone, dose and route of delivery, presence of cardiovascular event and duration of MHT use. Lakhs of women are fighting for their life because of the repeated fractures due to osteoporosis. The reasons for osteoporosis is not only calcium and vitamin D deficiency, which has been, the reasons have been discussed by my previous speaker very nicely. It is combined with menopausal bone loss, age, genetics and diet, and gut inflammation. Damage to the gut microbiome is causing the inflammation in the body and bone microarchitecture. So the damage will increase the levels of butyrates, which are short chain fatty acids and which are controlling factors for bone loss and bone inflammation. And this is combined with other factors causing decreased bone mass and bone quality along with decreased immunity, causing fractures due to trauma. MHT for prevention of bone loss is in standard doses. In estrogen, when unopposed, this increases serum hormone binding globulins. It is useful when metabolic risk is low and it can be given in oral formulations in which conjugated echyne estrogen in the doses of 0.6 to 5 milligram per day or 17 beta estradiol is in the form of estradiol valerate 1 to 2 milligram per day. It could be micronized estrogen, estradiol also in the 1 to 2 milligram per day doses. When the transdermal patches are used, this is used in the doses of 50 microgram per day. This route avoids first pass hepatic metabolism and therefore it is preferred in obesity, diabetes, hypertriglyceridemia, migraine and higher venous thromboembolism risk. Estrogen gel and spray can also be used in the dose of 50 microgram per day. It could be ultra low dose in a certain selected group of women in which we give conjugated echyne estrogen in the dose of 0.3 milligram per day, 17 beta estradiol and micronized estradiol in 1 milligram per day, and transdermal route is given 25 microgram per day. That is called ultra low dose estrogen. When the uterus is intact, then one has to support with progesterone. The standard dose and formulation of progesterone in the form of P4 becomes micronized progesterone 200 milligram per day when given cyclic or 100 milligram per day when given continuous. It could be medroxyprogesterone acetate in the doses of 5 to 10 milligram per day cyclic or 2.5 milligram per day. The synthetic progestogen norethistone acetate is less preferred and generally not given. LNG-IUS has been the excellent endometrial, give the excellent endometrial protection and it allows unopposed estrogen action on bone. And this standard regimen has got latest additions and modifications of the treatment which has already been discussed by the previous workers. Tibolone needs a special mention which is used in 2.5 milligram per day doses. It has estrogenic, progestogenic and androgenic effects. This prevents bone loss and reduces vertebral and non-vertebral fractures. It is useful in women intolerant to conventional MHT and with low libido. This is not the first choice in older women due to risk of stroke. The duration of therapy. The bone benefits during therapy. Bone loss resumes after stopping MHT and there is no mandatory stopping age. There is individualized decision for prescription of MHT. The safety considerations are like the lowest effective dose is to be used. Route and formulation matter. Individual risk assessment is essential and regular follow-up is must. There is decline in prescription of MHT for bone protection because of its possible side effects and its concern, but its pivotal role in managing the osteoporosis makes it again the leading prescription for the protection. MHT prevents fracture by countering the estrogen deficiency. By that, maintaining BMD and helping preserve bone mass, maintaining equilibrium between bone formation and resorption, helping bone remodeling, promoting osteoclast activity and reducing osteoclast activity, and their T cell regulation. It increases type 1 collagen production. Estrogen has positive effects also on muscles and cartilage, and estrogen can attenuate the inflammatory bone texture and microenvironment due to deficiency, reduces fracture risk by 20 to 40%. The timing matters. Benefits are greatest as close to menopause. The risk, like carcinoma breast, increases with duration even after 1 year of MHT. The meticulously skilled discretion is required for prescription. It is not for everyone. The benefits decline after stopping MHT, requiring reassessment for other modalities. However, MHT used for prevention of bone loss is hindered by increase in carcinoma breast, like even in women less than 60 years or who are within 10 years of menopausal onset. The take-home points are: the systemic MHT prevents fractures, recommended by IMS as first-line option for women in early menopause with low to moderate risk, especially if they have vasomotor symptoms. Window of opportunity for the best risk-benefit balance is within 10 years of menopause or before 60 years. Continuation after 60 is allowed as long as the initial indication is valid. Individualized approach is there. The duration is individualized. There is no mandatory stopping age. It can be continued as long as the risk benefits or outweighs risk. Benefits and risk: cardiovascular, carcinoma, stroke and clots must be carefully weighed. This is generally not recommended for primary fracture prevention in women more than 70 years, as the cardiovascular risk is often overweighs the benefits. Why MHT works is directly prevents osteoporosis. It significantly reduces fracture risk regardless of initial BMD, offers a positive residual benefit on fractures. It benefits risk balance depending on the decision of prescription of MHT. It is opposed or unopposed estrogen, the type of MHT, dose and route influence the risk benefit ratio. In essence, MHT is a powerful tool for fracture prevention in early menopause, but its use requires a personalized assessment of cardiovascular and carcinoma risk, especially as women ages past the initial menopause transition. IMS recommends preference for transdermal application of estrogen and use of natural progesterone in older women. Add progesterone if uterus is intact. It does not negate skeletal benefits of estrogen. Local estrogen is not recommended. Prescribing MHT for prevention of fracture in postmenopausal women requires an informed discussion about risks and benefits, which depends upon age, time since menopause, risk factors for fractures like carcinoma and cardiovascular disease. The choice of MHT preparation should be tailored to the individual patient's profile and preferences. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patient listening.